Hi everybody, today we're doing the white girl way. We're making Mexican. I'm making an enchilada with homemade Tex-Mex mole sauce. So hang tight, here we go. So on the stove, I'm gonna turn on my flame. And we're gonna put about 2 bigger size tablespoons of oil. Okay. Then, literally that much peanut butter. It's not about the peanut butter flavor. It is all about the peanut butter color. So melt that into your pot. Okay. And then in this Rammy, I have a little bit of salt and a teaspoon and a half of taco seasoning. I'm putting that into the oil. Then I have the tomato base, again about a tablespoon and a half going in there. And then the powdered chicken bouillon, about a table and a half going in there. And then you're going to start to whisk this together. Now I'm going to cook off this size tablespoon of cornstarch times 2. Because you're going to want your stuff to be thick when you pour it on your enchiladas. So once you got your everything in there, you're going to pour water gently and then start to stir. It's going to make like a roux. And that's exactly what you want at this stage. Just keep mixing. It'll all smooth out. All the seasoning will go everywhere. This takes a little bit of time. You want to make sure that it has good flavor. So after you get rid of your lumps of all your seasoning, you're going to want to give it a good taste. Keep adding water. You don't want it too thick at this point because you're got to make enough for your enchilada tray. So at that point, I did approximately 1 cup of water. And as you can see the color, and that's exactly the color that you're looking for. I'm gonna give a little taste test here to my partner, for he can taste it to make sure I don't need anything. Perfect, he's saying. So that is all I can say for the amounts of everything that goes in there. You're going to want to turn down your heat. You want to give it a good stir. See, it's already starting to thicken again. Give it a little bit more water because I want to make sure I have enough for a 8 by 10 cake pan, because that's what I'm going to bake my enchiladas in. So that looks good for that. So I'm going to turn that off and trade spots with my hamburger. I already ground my hamburger. I removed all the grease. So I'm going to move my mole off to the side here and put it on a very low simmer to keep it thickening as we go. Right now, I'm going to be adding refried beans to my hamburger. to mix it all together instead of doing a layer of beans, a layer of beef, layer of cheese. I put it all together. It helps me, easy peasy, enchiladas. So I have that. From my towel, there she is. And then I have a half a bag right here of the fajita mix. So that's going to go into this. And I'm also going to add taco seasoning with love. I didn't measure a thing. So turn that fire on. My lid. I'm gonna give this a good mix around, melt them beans down, get that cheese going. Make sure you stir your mole sauce. You don't want it to get thick and burn, but you want it to be thick enough, but loose enough to cover your pan. If that makes any sense. Okay, so we're just going to heat this through. Just like that. Remember that my hamburger and everything is already cooked. It will continue to heat through once it's rolled and in the fridge or in the oven, sorry. Turn it a little bit. So I'm just using flour tortillas, this brand. I believe it came from Aldi's, so just whatever is your favorite. So now we're going to use a scooper and give a good scoop right inside that burrito shell or the taco shell. I'm going to give it a good roll, just like a fancy burrito, and you're going to lay it in your pan. So we're going to pause here. I'm going to finish rolling these up, and then we'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I got them all rolled up. I'm going to dump my mole sauce right on top. And that's exactly what you're looking for. That's exactly the consistency right there. Pourable, but still thick. So now we have the Mexican blend style cheese. I'm just going to put that right on top of these enchiladas. I'm going to bake them just until everything heats through. The cheese melts, probably about 20 to 25 minutes. And there is my mole enchiladas. We're going to bake these up and we'll be right back. As you can see, my enchiladas, can you tip down? You see them because they're really hot. So the cheese is all melted. I made a little bit of Spanish rice to go with it. Just going to plate it. Show you guys exactly what we're having for dinner tonight. So a cheesy, look at that cheese pull. Little bit of lettuce, tomato on top. And then a little dollop of sour cream. And there you go. Enchiladas with Tex-Mex mole sauce and Spanish rice. Hope everybody has a great night. Enjoy.